What's cracking YouTube? How's it going? So today I want to talk a little bit about AI because AI is pretty crazy, and did some speeches on it back in speech class first semester. So hopefully I can retain or re-grab some of those ideas because I think I did pretty good on some of my research I was doing. But yeah, so the main reason for this conversation or video or whatever is when the new Claude Fable 5 came out. Played around with it. It was absolutely like fucking crazy. Seeing that thing especially as like a software developer and seeing like what it could do, I was like, damn, this thing just like took my job in one prompt. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, so AI is like, okay, first I want to talk about AI in like education. So AI in the education system specifically. I feel like our education system from America, so I'm talking from America and about other places, but I feel like it's very behind in regards of like adapting with AI. There's some teachers are doing their best to keep up, but you can only do so much. And I believe with AI, it's really hard to keep up with the current like system that we do. I feel like project-based learning and hands-on stuff is the best way to get experience. At least I know later in college it is more like that, more experience like project-based. But early college and even throughout high school, at least to my knowledge right now, is not really adapting to that as much. And growing up, well, not growing up, but like going through my first half of high school without AI at all, and then seeing second half with AI, and then in college AI, noticing there's a really big difference between when I did and didn't have AI for like even studying and stuff, and just other people around me. A lot of people they don't know how to use AI in a responsible manner, which it's not taught in schools, and it's not really like forefront of many conversations or even on YouTube. It's a lot about just like how to use AI, but not necessarily the responsible aspect. And I believe it's taken away a lot of critical thinking that goes into almost anything, any like school subject matter, essays and stuff. It's really easy to just have ChatGPT, boom, spit the assignment right out, and you just don't really have to do much. Change up a little bit. You could even give ChatGPT like previous assignments, have it right in your style. Like it's a really easy thing to do that almost anyone could do, and kids from like really young ages. I heard a story from someone who works with like kids with like around 10 years old or whatever, saying that they use like ChatGPT on their homework, which I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like 10 years old. And yeah. I think that schools at a younger age should start teaching AI usage in a responsible manner. AI can, well, at least for me personally, has helped so much with school and studying. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I definitely have done my fair share of irresponsible usage with AI just to get work done. It's like I'm really tired or whatever. But I think it has had a lot more positives. Example is my math teacher first semester. Bless his soul. Love the guy. He's an amazing guy. But he had a super heavy accent, and I for my life could not understand this guy. So there's two things I did with AI. I actually recorded I used an app, but I voice recorded the whole entire class, sent it to the app, and it summarized everything he said, which was a blessing. But I ran out of usages for that, and I was not trying to play a subscription. So I just did my best to take notes, and I had to completely use AI at the end of like each semester before quizzes to teach me everything. And it did a pretty good job at that because it's interactive and it adapts to your learning style in a way. And instead of like, let's say you watch a YouTube video, your question, you're like, what the fuck did you just do? How did you get that number? You just tell ChatGPT, be like, hey, how did you get that number? It'll tell you. So I personally like that. I think it's very useful. A lot of people though, they do just use it to get answers, but if you use it right, it's a powerful tool. But back to teaching in like younger ages in grade school or whatever. AI is not perfect. It messes up a lot. It hallucinates information, answers. It is getting better, but there's 100% chances where like something like that's happened. It's had a major effect on I don't know, something like probably someone's opinion, which I don't know how major that is, but everyone's opinion has some value. Cool, good job. No, yeah. So my point with that is that we should teach these kids to recognize and understand these, give them examples of how serious, let's say, hallucination could be, and show them how to fact check AI. Although, I don't always fact check AI, but it's important to know when to and the way of the situation. If it's, let's say, coding stuff, it's not always necessary to fact check AI. You just trust it for the most part. If it works, works, doesn't work, doesn't work. But if it's like some back end or something with databases or something important user information, then that's definitely something you want to fact check just to make sure it doesn't have any like little sneaky errors or bugs that could slip right by. Another thing is how to use AI to think critically, because like I said, a lot of people just give AI question or their homework and it just gives the answer right back, and that's not too healthy. It's not a smart way to learn, and kids growing up with that are gonna struggle with the critical thinking aspect that comes from school naturally. So teaching kids how to use AI and think critically about what they're doing is really important. And I think a way that schools could do that specifically is, see, I had a really good example before or earlier or whatever, but to start off, let's say school year, you give kids some homework about some random topic like geology or whatever, and you just tell them, hey, fill this homework out, complete it, turn it in tomorrow. They fill it out, like 100, not 100, but let's say 90% of the kids use AI to do the whole thing. They just give it all to AI, get the answers, and then teacher gives them a pop quiz or pop test not a pop test, I messed up, but pop quiz on the materials, but it's not specific like what is this exactly, but more conceptual. And it kind of shows the kids that you give all of your homework to AI, you don't fully understand or comprehend what you're doing, but then let's say the 10% of kids who actually like got the answers from AI, potentially read through and actually understood the concepts and how they were applied, makes a really big difference. And I think the education system and just learning in general is going to change a lot because of AI. Like you see in the workforce, a lot of redundant tasks are being taken away, and jobs and stuff that you need, let's say, many people to do, you could have one person to overlook AI to do it. And I feel like that will eventually reflect in schools, or I don't know, potentially just something could reflect in schools, in being that the lesser tasks that are more redundant are gonna disappear more in schools. Like let's say like reading 15-page packet your teacher gives you, annotating the whole thing, and then write an essay on that. That could turn into learn how to do research with AI on that subject material, and you'll have like certain documents that the teacher will give you, and you have to use AI to pull out good information, bad information, whatever, and just write an essay based off of that instead of actually like reading through and analyzing it yourself. Although probably should read through it, but point is, I think education system should and probably will change because of AI a lot, and just seeing how other people use it is kind of scary. How many people, one, don't know about like hallucinations, and two, just use it without, and just like take away the critical thinking aspect of school. And a lot of people too, they don't fully understand hallucinations. Like AI, at least ChatGPT for the most part, if it's wrong, it'll be wrong very confidently, and that's scary. That's scary, especially because AI, it's not gonna want to necessarily go against what you say. Some AIs do, but there's a lot too that try to like please the user in a way, and they want to shape their answer to something that the user would like because it doesn't want to tell the user stuff they don't want to hear. It's a little side thing. It's why there's a lot more people dating robots now. It's kind of weird because like the robots are always going to be like, oh my gosh, I love you so much, and they're gonna be like, oh, perfect person. No, it's because they're programmed to do that, and they want, I don't know, but they're supposed to do that. They're hallucinating, I guess. But yeah, I had some more statistics or something that I could probably think of. I don't know about statistics, but it's yeah, a lot of people are using AI now, and especially I'll talk about my field a little bit with computer science. I'm very worried for the future. I've no idea what that's gonna look like, entail. I am really worried that I'm wasting my time doing computer science as a major right now because at my internship right now, everything I'm doing I haven't even seen. I haven't seen anything like that in college, and I'm just learning all of it through AI and just doing it myself. And it kind of makes me realize how like obsolete a lot of the more, I don't know what the word is, but like syntactual coding stuff is. I believe coding specifically is going to become more of a understanding and concept of the idea than is the actual like application of it. Understanding like the basic fundamentals and maybe some syntaxing in languages, but like there's some concepts that you can carry throughout all programming languages, or most, I guess. And you're not gonna have to be like an expert on like JavaScript or HTML or anything like that, Python. Instead, it's gonna be more understanding knowing how to look at code and find something if you need to, and then just using AI to write the bulk of it. Fable 5 dropped. I unfortunately only used it for one day, that available, but I gave it one prompt. It just made this entire perfect vision to what I asked it to, and it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary what I could get to. I know the government banned it, so I'm not really sure what's up. The whole thing is gonna go. I kind of want it to get unbanned because I was having a lot of fun, but I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will, because it's a pretty powerful thing and it's really scary what it can do. And like the last 10 years of my life when I've been doing programming and stuff for just random, like if I make games, whatever, take me like a month to make something. Fable 5 could just do that in 9 minutes. And it's weird to see because I can't tell how important the stuff that I'm doing now will be to the future. So I'm trying to do my best to, optimize my workflow with AI and find out the best way to use it. I actually got a Claude and a ChatGPT subscription because it's running out of tokens in one. I didn't want to like buy tokens, so I just got both plans and I figured out a way to use them both at once. But yeah, not really sure what else I want to talk about with AI, but it's pretty crazy. Hopefully future isn't like robots taking over and stuff. Hopefully it stabilizes out. I do know that bigger companies like Anthropic and OpenAI, they're actually losing money by having like just plan-based usage, which is crazy to think, but like $20 a month, people can use like $200 in a month easily by just, I don't know, asking the AI a lot of questions. I believe they make most of their money through investors. But yeah, I am worried that they will try to monetize more. Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not smart. They don't want to be losing money. But if they make it a lot less accessible to the public, then I won't be able to access it, which would not be cool. But they probably start charging tokens instead of like subscription based. They just do per token, which would not be fun. But I could definitely see that as a possibility, and it will limit the amount of people who have access to it, at least on that level. Unless like ChatGPT, I know they have advertisements. If they do keep that, there's a potential for, or at least some models having that subscription-based plan instead of per token. But yeah, I really hope I can do something cool with AI in the near future. And also, I do want to say I'd like to start maybe work on like a game or some project or something, post it on here. I want to make like an empty promise or a promise that I don't feel like keeping. So that's just an idea. Potentially could happen, could not happen, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool to hold myself accountable to something if time does so. Get some editing skills, and yeah, maybe I'll put something over another like next YouTube video, maybe in like a video game or something, some dopamine, so you guys don't have to look at just me. But yeah, that's all for today. Just blabbering about AI. I'll see you guys.